I usually start these shows with a smile on my face, but I just can't do it today because I am upset. I am a broken man, and I am in shambles. Welcome into New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and you probably already heard it by now, but Donovan Mitchell has been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Coming out of nowhere. We all for a long time heard there was other teams. We didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. And what do you know? Danny Ainge says, Leon Rose, you're playing with your food. I'm going to go to a team that's hungry and wants a superstar. And that is the Cleveland frickin' Cavaliers. The Jazz will receive Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, the rookie Ochai Agbaji, an unprotected pick in 2025, an unprotected pick in 2027, an unprotected pick in 2029, and 2 first-round pick swaps. You can't tell, I'm in shambles a little bit. Also, Colin Sexton will be signing a 4-year, $72 million contract with the Utah Jazz. So let's break it down like this. The Jazz were never bringing back Colin Sexton. The Cavs. They didn't want him back, and they were able to flip him with Lauri Markkanen and Ochai Agbaji and 3 unprotected for Donovan Mitchell, and we were sitting on our hands about, I don't want to trade a 3rd unprotected. Yeah, now you're going to have to go watch the Cavs be one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference Finals for the next 10 years in the NBA. The dream's dead. Donovan Mitchell is not going to play for the New York Knicks. RIP. Type RIP in the chat. RIP in the chat. Because the dream is dead. The Donovan Mitchell trade to the Knicks is absolutely dead. Type RIP in the chat right now. For so long we covered this story. For the past 3 months, every beat reporter from Shams to Woj to Bontemps to McMahon to Jake Fisher to Mark Stein to everybody that has a pulse that covers the NBA said that the New York Knicks will inevitably be the team that trades for Donovan Mitchell. And that is no longer going to happen. Jake Fisher of Bleacher Report yesterday said, I can't envision a world where Donovan Mitchell is not a New York Knick. Well, Jake Fisher, wake the hell up because this is reality. He ain't playing for the Knicks. This was the full trade, or this was the trade the Knicks offered last week to the Utah Jazz. Obi Toppin, Evan Fournier, and 2 unprotected picks, 3 protected. They said no. So the Knicks came back with RJ Barrett and 2 unprotected first-round picks. And Danny Ainge said no. You're going to have to add Quickly, Toppin, or Quentin Grimes to get this deal done. He said no. I think this is what it would have taken for the Jazz to accept an offer. I think it would have took Fournier. I think it would have took Quentin Grimes. I think it would have took Obi Toppin. I think it would have took 3 unprotected and 2 protected picks. This is the trade that would have got it done. But I don't think Leon Rose ever offered this trade. I believe Leon Rose never, ever made an offer with more than 2 unprotected first-round picks. For the last time we'll do this on a channel here on Knicks Now, let's go out with a bang. Let's do it. Let's get the comment section flooded because it was fun, but it's over. We will never be able to do this on the show again. Type FDA in the comment section. One last time, let's have some fun with it. Type FDA in the comment section because Danny Ainge, you can go F yourself. This is why you subscribe to New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports, because when breaking news happens, we go live, even if it's the 2nd time in one day. Hit that big red button, youtube.com//KnicksTV. We put out videos every single day on the latest Knicks news and rumors. With the season coming up, we're going to do live post-game shows. It's going to be a ball. Would have been a lot more fun if Mitchell was a Knick. But subscribe. We're trying to get to 14,000 subs on the channel. Let's do it for Anthony Mason. Hit that big red button. News of the day. Donovan Mitchell has been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was just this morning that Ian Begley reported that the Jazz have lowered their asking price from 4 unprotected picks to 3 unprotected picks. That should have been the green light for Leon Rose to strike while the iron is hot and make a trade. But he didn't, And now the Cleveland Cavaliers will have Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen for a very long time. Be very good for the Eastern Conference. And you know what's going to suck? When the Knicks play the Cavs in the playoffs and Donovan Mitchell is giving you buckets in Madison Square Garden wearing a Cavs jersey. It's going to be one of the worst days of my life. This is what the roster is looking like, though, heading into the season. RJ Barrett, Jalen Brunson, Mitchell Robinson, Quentin Grimes, and Julius Randle. That's what I think the starting five will be. And then your bench unit will be Quickly, Rose, Reddish, Fournier, Toppin, Hartenstein, and Sims. I like this roster, but I like it a lot more if it had Donovan Mitchell. Now we will get to see Quentin Grimes and Obi Toppin hopefully flourish and become the superstars that we think they can be. They're going to get the minutes, and I'm cool with rolling with the kids this season, but for everybody that says the youth movement is on, it's just not true. Because there's no way that the Knicks have an idea to build with youth. You didn't hire Leon Rose to build it through youth. You hired Leon Rose to attract stars to the Mecca. And the only one he's delivered is his godson, and he probably had to tamper to get it done. It is time for Leon Rose to make a move that Knicks fans can be proud about. It's just not going to be Donovan Mitchell. I want to give a shout out to all of the real ones. We had 1,000 people watching live just a second ago. Get your Real One shirt today. Mine came in the mail, and I'll remember it. The day I got my Real One shirt was the day that Donovan Mitchell was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Get your Real One shirt today, though. Chatsports.com/Real Knicks. That's chatsports.com/Real Knicks. The link is in the comments and description of the video. When you get your shirt, put it on. Take a picture of it. Send it to me on Twitter @MarshallGreen_, and we'll put it on the show. Let's look once again. And Coop, feel free to weigh in here. I'd love to get an outsider's perspective. This is the deal. Colin Sexton, a guy that the Cavs never had an intention of re-signing. Lauri Markkanen, Ochai Agbaji, a 2025, 2027, and 2029 first-round pick that is unprotected, and 2 pick swaps. We're going to bring on producer Jeffrey Cooperstein. Coop, what do you think? Outside looking in. You got no dog in the race. What do you think?
What a steal by Cleveland. I mean, they gave up a guy that wasn't going to be there next year anyways, and they get Donovan Mitchell out of it, who I think is a top 20 player in the NBA. And they gave up 3 unprotected firsts, and I think that was the difference between the Knicks getting him and the Cavs getting him at the end of the day.
Yeah, everyone, I mean, Ian Begley reported the price dropped down from 4 unprotected to 3 unprotected. From all the reports we've heard, it didn't sound like the Leon Rose and the Knicks were going to budge by going more than 2 unprotected. And let's hope it pays off, right? Because I would never root for this fan base, this team to lose. I'm going to have to get behind this trade. I would have made the trade because this was a stars league and you win with stars, and Donovan Mitchell is that. 25 years old, 28 points per game in the playoffs, over 40 games. But at the end of the day, we got what we got now, and we got to roll with who we got to roll with. And it ain't just going to be with Donovan Mitchell anymore. It's unfortunate, but that's what we're doing. The Knicks got to roll with Barrett, Brunson, Mitchell Robinson, Quentin Grimes, Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickly, and Cam Reddish going forward. The youth movement is on for this year, but don't believe that going forever, because at some point the Knicks will have to consolidate assets. 11 players on their roster younger than 26, and 22 picks in the next 7 years. Math doesn't work out. All those people can't be on the roster. One more time, the trade is done. It's not going to happen. We're not going to be talking about Donovan Mitchell on the channel anymore. And honestly, I'm a little happy about it, but I am upset that he's not going to be on the Knicks. One more time, type RIP in the chat because the trade is officially done. Also, if you haven't yet, hit that big red button. Subscribe to New York Knicks Now. Video number 2 of the day, live show number 2 of the day. No matter where we are or what we're doing, when breaking Knicks news comes out, we get you guys a video. So hit that big red button. We're trying to get to 14,000 subscribers. Let's do it for Mace.